Hey guys, very happy it's Saturday, so happy weekend to everyone. I'm going to change this sweet little girl. Honestly, I could keep her in this onesie for a very long time. It's just precious on her. I love the interaction of changing her, and we're going to girl her up a little bit because we've been in Boyland for the past couple days. So she's on the boppy, which to me can be a little challenging because she wants to sink in the middle, but we'll see how it goes. If you haven't watched this video before, Sparrow is the Nova Sculpt. And she is a full body silicone doll, if you couldn't tell. So I wanted to ask you guys something. And I only really have the question in my mind, so. But do you consider yourself a glass half full or a glass half empty kind of person? It's pretty self-explanatory, I think, that a glass half full person tends to see things from a positive light, would be more likely to say that if things can go well, they will. And then a glass half empty person probably may assume or expect the worst or negative, and would be more likely to agree with Murphy's Law that if things can go wrong, they will. I've definitely been both in my life, that's for sure. Do we want a onesie? I didn't grab one, so if there's not one sitting here, yeah, we're gonna forego that. I've definitely been both, and I think that I think in anything in life, there's always a potential for upsides or downsides to everything, depending on how conscious you are or how balanced or aware you are. Like, you know, even good intentions can run bad and so forth. But so as a glass half empty person, which is definitely something I would say is more common in my family. Like, have you ever heard of rose-colored shades? When you say somebody's in love, they don't see the downsides or the negatives because they're seeing everything through rose-colored shades. Kind of like that. So with the glass half empty, it was like seeing everything through shady glasses, I guess I would say. This looks cute just as a dress on her, actually. So always thinking that there are ulterior motives, or someone's coming to get you, or like I could say that my husband's experience in life as a child, the things that he experienced, would put him more naturally in that category, because coming from that place, it seems that life is, you know, the world is an unsafe place. And then the other side of it, the glass half full side, I'm calling it, that tends to be sort of like assuming the best intentions, giving the benefit of the doubt, thinking that things are going to work out or be fine. The downfalls to the glass half full, empty, really, is that you can miss you can miss the good. You can, yeah, I mean, you can miss the good in a lot of different ways. The downside to the glass half full side is that you can miss warning signs. You can be taken advantage of. You could tend towards being naive. You know, it depends on the person and the awareness and everything, but and for me, I'll introduce like another element to it is when you have a strong ability or tendency to empathize with people, like I've done this for most of my life in my relationships, you can almost feel or understand or try to understand or justify where people are coming from based on their experiences. And that, you know, well, that definitely got me in some toxic relationships when I was younger, because I was like, literally my motto was like, everybody deserves love. Like this and this and this happened to him. So, you know, it's understandable, you know, and I try and look at the core of who the person is, but it definitely allowed me to be taken advantage of, I would say. All right, are we still in frame? I've been scooting her. So when you have an ability to empathize, you know, it's a slippery slope into codependence, number one, and enabling, because it also, if you feel the feelings of the person that you're empathizing for, you kind of want to save them, and it's a slippery slope into enabling for sure. We're having a little trouble today with your socks. So, yes, so I don't think I really want to say one is better than the other, but I think it's really important to know, you know, what you tend towards, what you tend to be. Because, for example, you know, if I tend to think that the world's unsafe or people don't mean well in general, you know, then I need to recognize for myself that, you know, it may or may not, I need to exercise a little bit extra openness, because I may or may not be correct, because I have these presuppositions about life and people and so forth. And if I tend towards the glass half full side, I also need to be aware of that, so that I cannot be naive to a point where I'm overly vulnerable. I think it's a really, really tricky thing to judge people's motives and intentions. Unless you have a lot of experiences, or I don't know, what do they call that? Anecdotal evidence, I guess, to back it up. Because every single one of us sees life through a filter, and that filter is based on our life experiences. It's built on based on our fears. It's based on the areas that we feel exposed in. There's a movie called What the Bleep Do We Know? It's a lot about quantum physics and energy attraction and stuff like that. It's a really cool movie. But one of the things that they they did like a little kind of skit almost. His shoes are a little big. They did a little, you know, they did dramatizations as they were doing the teachings. And one of the things that they showed was this photographer was taking, she went to take photos at a wedding, and she saw the groom, one moment, she saw the groom going into this like back like closet at the wedding with one of the bridesmaids, and she saw their figures pressed up against the glass, and she had this giant flashback to her wedding and her fiance was messing around with her best, what do they call that, maid of honor at the wedding. And it brought back all this trauma, and her body was flooded with all of the same chemicals that were associated with the experience of it actually happening. Because your brain releases the chemicals. Your body doesn't know the difference when it receives those chemicals. It doesn't know the difference between when it's actually happening or when you're remembering it happening. It's the same response inside. And as it turns out, it was actually the groom and the bride that had snuck off together. But she saw something completely different based on what her brain was expecting to see based on her experiences. So I think we just need to know where we come from and know what our weak points or Achilles heels may be based on that. What do you think? I think she looks so cute and so girly. Oh my goodness. Look at this beautiful girl. Wow. I love you, Sparrow. I love you. Yes, I love my doll. You look so pretty in pink. For a moment, when I first picked her up and set her down, her arms flopped way back, and I thought, man, a couple days with the Reborn, and I've forgotten to be extra supportive of her. But we're all good. She's got a couple, like one hair back here and one hair on her eyelash that forgot to get trimmed. I need to fix. You're so precious, girl. Okay, guys. I hope you're all enjoying your weekend. I'm so happy that it's here. Hopefully we'll be back on again. We need more time with Silas. And I know that also we'll want to bring Charlie back on. And Mr. Niklaus is over here feeling a little left out. So we've got some videos to make. But I just wanted to come on with Sparrow, pose that question, and see what you guys all think about that. And or if you think nothing, that's fine too. But mainly this channel exists because I like to talk. So, all right, guys. Sending out a lot of love to all of you guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.